I was such a nerd, man. I turned down a cheerleading scholarship to FSU because I was like, no, I want to study biosystems engineering.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I'm such a nerd, man. I really am. Like, people are like, wait, what? It's crazy, you know?
So you were really good at school?
I mean, I
You can flex it.
Yeah. No, I was never the straight A. I was like the high B, but I was like a solid high B.
Yeah.
Probably wrote up purple diesel, that shit cute like my lips. But I really let that Cali, cause that shit don't make me trip.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Millennial Mentality Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Agnelli, here with my co-host, Peter Price, and our guest today, Cassie Moore.
What up?
Yes.
Hey guys.
So Cassie is a producer and an artist based in West Palm, but her music travels waves beyond that. On Spotify, I saw today you have songs produced that have over 200,000 streams.
I do.
So congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And honestly, you know, Pete knows a little bit about Cassie. I don't know anything really about Cassie at all. So I'm super excited to get into your story and hear about how you became the person you are today.
Yeah, no. Thanks, guys, for having me. Yeah, no, it's been a journey. Pete knew me back in my like corporate days. Yeah. So he's like, wait, what? Cassie's in music now?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was such a like seamless transition, yet like totally off the wall at the same time. You know what I mean?
So to break that down a bit, talk to me. I know we had just talked before, you know, recording about your recent past, but talk to me about your initial past, where you were born and raised, and kind of how that all came together.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was born in Ohio.
Okay.
And I moved to Atlanta in the 4th grade. So I say I'm from Atlanta. I went to high school in Atlanta, grew up in Atlanta. And, you know, it's crazy because music was always music is such a part of the culture in Atlanta. Yeah. And, you know, I'm, you know, coming from the industry at the age that I am, like I was in Atlanta, in the thick of Atlanta, like during the whole hip hop, you know, birth of Atlanta. So it was like back in the days where they had like the street festival called Freaknik. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Freaknik?
Freaknik. Yeah.
What is that?
It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'll give you a little like Atlanta history. So Atlanta, you know, now is predominantly inside the city limits. It's all African. It's all black, right? And so back in the day, what happened is it just kind of exploded, and the culture way back in the day was, you know, you had a lot of the kids in Atlanta, like living in the suburbs, would go down to Destin for spring break, right? And you know, go down to spring break. And what happened was, I think it was Morehouse College that started the whole kind of phenomenon in Atlanta. And it was like all the kids from Morehouse who were in school, and, you know, when you're in college, you can't always just go down to Destin, right? So it was like when spring break rolled around, it was like all the kids at Morehouse were like, oh man, you know, what are we going to do? And that was around the era of Super Freak. Remember that song, Super Freak?
Super Freak. Yeah,
Super Freak. And so what happened was Morehouse, you know, students kind of said, hey, you know, spring break week, let's just stay here and have a huge picnic, and we'll call it Freaknik. It was like the super freak picnic, right? Okay. And it started off as that, and then it turned into like a street thing where people hopped in the cars, and it was like, you know, who can play their music the loudest. And it was just like, you know, and it became in this like culture in Atlanta to the point where the city would then shut down the streets for Freaknik. And Freaknik was like an entire week, and it was just crazy. It was like a street party, right?
Really?
And it was you know, Ludacris and
like
all
T.I. back in those days.
T.I. back in the day, and all those guys. It was like, it just became a thing. And what happened was word started to get out. And so you had a lot of that culture coming in from South Carolina, from Alabama. It was like, dude, where are we going to go for the week of spring break? We're going to go to Atlanta. And then it just started. And so it was just kind of like this explosion of hip hop music in Atlanta, and it became like a culture. And it was so cool because I was literally in Atlanta. I mean, I remember not being able to go downtown because the streets were blocked off, you know, and I was like, oh yeah, it's Freaknik this
How
week.
old are you at this time? No. I'm saying at that time.
Oh, at that time?
You look great.
No, I know. Thank you. No, I'm so honest about my age. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, I was in high school.
Okay,
I was
so you're
in high
young.
school.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was like 16, 17, like just driving and going down to Destin with my friend, like spring break, Panama City.
Mm-hmm. So you were a rebel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, I was like the good girl, but you know, I've never wanted to miss a good party.
So what was the culture behind Freaknik? Was it a rap culture, or kind of an everything? Was there an alternative band?
No,
I mean,
it was hip hop.
Okay.
I mean, you know, there was like the grunge scene in Atlanta with like 311 and like rock, like oh my God, like Live and Smashing Pumpkins, and you know, there was that vibe, but then there was like the hip hop vibe. So anyway, my point with all of that is just growing up in Atlanta, it's like music was always just a part of all of us. You know what I mean? It was like, what concert are we going to this week? Because there was so much going on music-wise. Yeah. So it's crazy.
And it drove that into your soul. I mean, was that your initial passion? And then...
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then getting out of high school, what path did you go down? How did you kind of decide that?
Yeah, so I got out of high school and I was like, okay, well, you know, I want to study what I want to make money. Yeah. So music was never on my radar because I was like, you know, I'm going to study finance. I'm going to study engineering. I went to school. I got a BS in finance, got my engineering degree. And I was like, you know, I was a double major. I was such a nerd, man. I turned down a cheerleading scholarship to FSU because I was like, no, I want to study biosystems engineering.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I'm such a nerd, man. I really am. Like, people are like, wait, what? Like, it's crazy, you know?
So you were really good at school?
I mean, I
can flex it.
I was never the straight A. I was like the high B, but I was like a solid high B.
Yeah. Consistent with those B's.
I was consistent.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah. So when I graduated college, I was like, okay, well, you know, I want to get like the Wall Street job, and you know, but at the same time, it was like every spare minute I had, I was writing music. You know, going to concerts, like music has been a part of me from day one. It's crazy.
So we're going to talk about your career because I think musicians, all of our careers are so crazy, but musicians in particular, you're going down such a path unknown. You really have no clue where it's going to take you, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's always a crazy discussion for me because, right, there's the reasonable path. You're a good student. You're a nerd. You like studying, right? And then there's the I can't wait to stop this so I can go listen to music. I can go produce music. I can be around it. I can live in it.
So wild.
What would you tell to someone that was 22 years old who's really good at school, right? And they're going to get their straight A's or high B's and get a degree, but they cannot stop thinking about that. What would you tell them?
Follow your passion.
Okay.
Follow your heart. It doesn't matter. It's like, it's so crazy. If I could go back to my old self, if I had started producing music years ago, forget about it. Yeah. I mean, like I've had people in the industry go, God, you should have been doing this 10 years ago. And I'm like, you know, I hesitated. I never actually like believed in myself enough with music because there was this generalization that, oh, anybody who goes into music isn't going to make it. Right.
It's like trying to grow up and be a Major League Baseball player because you've been playing Little League your whole life. You know, the odds are very slim. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know, and honestly, part, you know, what's so funny is, you know, people around town specifically, like when I made the transition, I was like, okay, I know myself and I know what I'm doing. Right. And I went into music. It was like people around town were like, what is she doing? Like, and so at what point in your life was it that you made that transition from being, you know, focused more on school to music's your thing?
It was after 40.
Really?
I was 40 years old.
So you went corporate for like 16 years?
I've been in wealth management until 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
And so what flipped the switch?
So honestly, it was like, I literally was like, you know, I love this. Mm-hmm. I knew I had a calling for it. And I had heard, you know, and Pete knows this, when you live in a small town, you hear everything. Everything comes back to you, right? And so I had heard somebody was like, oh, you know, Cassie could never do music. That's crazy. And I was like, you know what? That was it for me. I was like, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to show, because what I want to do is inspire people. You know, people think, oh my God, I'm 35. My life is over. Like, right, I can't 100%. Do that. It's like, no. You can do whatever you want to do on this planet. And for me, it was like with music, everybody just assumed, oh, Cassie just woke up one day and was like, oh, I'm going to be a singer. You know, that'll be interesting. Let's see how false she felt. And what they don't realize is I'm literally doing this to help people like them, to show them, hey guys, you know what? As much as you say I can't do it, look, all of us can make music. Mm-hmm. You know, I may not be a singer. Maybe I wasn't given that gift, but does that mean I can't produce something that people want to listen to? Yeah. And it was like...
And it's never too late to pursue it.
It's never too late to pursue it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go... the only thing I can do is just go do it. Yeah. And then be like, guys, look... You can do it too. Right. You know what I mean?
It's like there's this societal set of rules that no one ever wrote, no one really knows, but there's a set of rules. And I find that a lot of people that go down their own paths or are entrepreneurs or artists or anything, they're kind of rule breakers, right? So they think that there's this invisible cage that society puts around you. Like if I go to a bar and I'm talking to a random person, I say, yeah, I'm going to count, they're going to kind of shake their head. If you say, yeah, I'm a music producer, they're going to kind of stop and go back because it kind of is outside the rules. It's outside the gate, right, of what they know and what's kind of normal.
The norm.
Right? Yeah, so that's why there's so many kickback and feedback and everyone has a fucking opinion when you go outside the rules, you go outside the gates and the norm, and you kind of run your own path. You know, the corporate lifestyle, the safe lifestyle, and it's no hate on that. Some people live the happiest lives living that lifestyle, but for someone who's kind of a natural rule breaker and wants to create their own path and write their own path, you have to jump that fence. You have to get outside of it because you're going to be caged in your entire life.
100%.
And a lot of people feel like there is no getting outside of it. But when you hear that voice creeping in your head every fucking day, like it probably was for you for 16 years, every day you go home and you're like, this isn't what I'm meant to do. This is not what I'm mean to do. I get a paycheck. I get a 401k, nice insurance. What the fuck does that mean? If I die with a nice 401k, sick, you know? Yeah. I guess my grandkids could go to community college, like, you know, awesome. But that doesn't fulfill anything, you know?
Right.
So what was the point, the sharp point when you said, fuck this, I'm done with the corporate job, I need to run my own path? When you put the foot in the sand and you pivoted?
Yeah, so it's crazy. It was April of 2020.
It's funny how you know the exact date, right? It's usually like that.
I know it to the day. Yeah. But I'll refrain from saying it. But yeah, no, it was April of 2020. And I think it was like the 22nd. It was like April 22nd or something. But so I left. I officially left my.
It was 420. She doesn't want to say it, but it was 420.
Was
it? You just smoked a fatty.
Right?
No way.
420
I'm just kidding. I just made that up. I'm just kidding.
420 would have been cool. Yeah, no, nice. Yeah, I know, right? No, so it literally was April of 2020, and it was one of these things where I was like, oh, I'm gonna drop a single. I was still in my corporate job, right?
Went to a strip club?
You what?
You went to a strip club? You dropped a single?
No, I was still in my corporate. No.
Not gonna throw
right? I was still in my corporate job, and I was like,
She did say she won't turn down a good party.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna let go of my good, solid career until I just kind of like let me put a couple singles out and see what happens. Okay. Right?
I mean, I think that's the best position to be in too. Is like when you don't have to literally jump ship. And
you're talking song singles.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm on the money spectrum here. I'm thinking like, is she teasing people with like money? Like, I went down the stripper fucking path, and then he's talking music.
I've never gone down that path.
Okay, listen, no judgment, no judgment.
That's a path I could never do.
Yeah, listen,
modeling and dance.
Fuck the money they make. I might be out there next year. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good. I'm all set with that.
Okay, so you dropped a few singles.
I did. I put some music out, and I was like, let me just see what happens. And you know, I mean, people in my office were like, okay, like what the fuck are you doing?
Did nobody at the office know this side of you? Like it was a complete.
No, I mean they were learning because I was like, hey guys, so hey, check my song out, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, and then I put some music out, and then a friend of mine that's very successful in the music industry was like, girl, you can produce a beat, and I was like.
And really? So even those first songs, you were building from the ground up yourself, mixing and producing them?
All of it. Yeah. All of it. I wasn't mixing them at the time. I had a guy in Atlanta that was mixing. Okay. So I produced it, sent it up to him. He'd mix and master, send it back to me. This was before. Now I work with Lou Diaz down in or up in Atlanta. He's a Miami guy though. But Lou does my mixing and Mike Fuller does my mastering. But yeah, no, prior to meeting Lou or encountering Lou, I was having a guy up in Atlanta.
And how did you learn the stuff that you were doing? You know, the producing that you
I dove in. Yeah. I flew up to New York. I was in the studio in New York. I was like, okay. It was like walking in the studio and it was like, hey guys, so I wanna make my own music. Yeah. Where the fuck do I start?
How did you end up in the studio?
That's exactly what it was. A friend of mine, I was calling around, I was asking people, and he was like, oh, you know, Cassie, we've got, like, I might be able to slide you in if it's not booked, but it'll be, like, middle of the night. And if somebody books it, we got to kick you out. And I'm like, cool, that's fine. Whatever. That's cool. So, yeah, no, flew up there, and I remember asking the guys in the studio, I was like, yeah, so what software do I need to learn? Yeah. Right. And they're like, well, we use Pro Tools, but it's real advanced, you know. I would suggest maybe starting off on Logic, and I was like, they don't fucking know me. I was like, okay, you work with Pro Tools? I was like, Pro Tools it is. Nothing else. So I did. I just dove into Pro Tools and just started playing and just, you know what I mean? I mean, it's like music is crazy, but it's so funny. Like I realized my whole life, like when I listen to music, it's like most people listen to the lyrics, like the vocals, right? Like what are they singing? For me, it's my brain, I don't even hear the words. My brain is dissecting, you know, that's a cool, they use that hi-hat. Oh, we've got, you know,
you're a surgeon.
I'm a surgeon. I'm deconstructing the music in my head. So it's like, I've been thinking like a producer my whole life. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I'll listen to it again and get the vocals. It's crazy.
I think what you're doing and how you're doing it, like you said from the beginning, it's going to empower people to follow that same path. And I think that's really one of your whys is to be able to show people that.
Yeah.
Tell me on a female spectrum, breaking in that barrier as a female producer and really pushing through to becoming a name. I feel like for a while, all you heard was male producers. It's
still like that, by the way.
And it probably is, you know, because it's an industry that's been around for so long. And now with the way and the times are changing, these females, amazing producers are coming in.
Yeah.
And just you're getting known for that work. Do you feel like there's been a lot of hurdles along the path because of that? Do you feel like there's been a lot of roadblocks? What's that path been like?
Yeah, no, good question. I will say this. I don't feel hurdles because I do my own thing, right? Yeah. Which is liberating. So
you're running your own race.
Yeah. So I'm an independent artist. Cool. I'll never sign to a major label.
I like that. I don't know exactly what that means, but I hear a lot of my favorite rappers say that, so I respect that.
Independent means you don't. I answer.
You make your own decisions.
Macklemore. I know Macklemore.
Macklemore's independent. He's never signed. You know what? When you are independent, you answer to no one.
But I'm gonna press you a little bit. You don't think if someone comes up to you with that fat check, that generation changing money, what's the number?
What's the number?
There's no money. There's no number to it.
We'll see.
Okay.
No. So listen. I founded my own label.
Okay.
So
Cassie Moore Music?
You're the one writing the checks, not taking the checks. Yeah.
Well, listen, now coming to me with a check, for the label down the road.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. But right now, in terms of being an artist, absolutely not. There's no check that's big enough, because at the end of the day, you know, people don't realize, you know, you sign it's everything. It's a loan.
Does it come down to creative control? Is that what you lose when you sign?
Well, creative control. You also lose, you know, I mean, depending on your deal, you know, what kind of cut are they going to take?
Money.
Right,
fuck ton of money. I mean, you know,
if you drop one of their singles and it blows up, but you're only making 20%.
That's right.
Yeah, a label is not giving you a gift. They're giving you
the tools
in advance.
In advance, right?
They're giving you in advance. Yeah. Nice. And they're saying, hey, but we're going to make sure that you drop 10 albums in such and such, and we're going to take
that fat of deals. I really have no clue about this.
I can't. Each deal is
different.
Is custom and different. You know, I think you know, different artists do. You know, I'm sure different artists negotiate their own deals with the labels. But my point is that's not where I stand. So it's like, as an independent artist with my own label, independent label, there's nothing stopping us from, you know what I mean? And it's really cool. And so it's kind of like the industry is like, wait, what?
And so what does that bring you, having your own label? What's like the next move for that? Or what does that unlock for you?
It's crazy. Well, I mean, like being a female, so an example, going back to your original question, you know, I had Spotify UK had reached out to me and, you know, about a Zoom call, right? And it was like, you know, that's so interesting. Like, why me of all people? You know what I mean? And they said, you know, it was like, of all of the artists out there, the music that we listen to, I don't know if you guys knew this, but only 20% of the music that we listen to are female.
Okay.
20% of all artists out there are female. So 80% of the music that we listen to are male artists.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Probably blind just confidence? Decades and I don't know. It's so crazy. I mean, I think it's gradually changing, right?
It is. And not this isn't to combat that exact comment, but do you feel like in today's day and age, if you want to do something, you could accomplish it? I feel that way. You know?
Yeah, no, it's the culture like, is different.
You know, it might be, but to be honest, someone gets fucking canceled today if there is prejudice. So you know, even like. You know, here's my thing. I understand in the past there have been major hurdles, and I'm a white male. Shit, I don't know, you know, what anyone else has dealt with in their lives, but I feel like in today's world, in our society here in the United States, in the free world, you can fucking do anything you want.
Yeah,
you know?
No, it's so true.
You know, and you could use that as an excuse, like, I'm a female. I can't produce. You know, that's only male producer. You know, I have a 20% a chance of being a female artist. So fuck it. I'm not even going to start in the first place.
It's an edge. Yeah. Now. I mean, listen, I look at that as, okay, this is awesome.
1,000%.
Yeah. And so it was like, you know, they're like, oh, okay. So they look at me as, okay, she's a female artist. But then to strip it back even further, they said, you know, of music producers, only 2.3 or 2.8%, just over 2% of producers are female.
Wow.
So, and then to strip it back even more, to also be a female label owner, we don't know anyone. You know what I mean? Wow. So it's kind of like, it's not that it's an anomaly, but it's kind of like, you know, listen, hey, you know,
you can do it.
Now, when you hear that statistic, are you? And this will help anyone realize that if you're going to make it, this is what you have to think like. When you hear that statistic, does it fire you up or say, fuck this, I can't do it?
Oh, God, no. It fires me up. I'm like, dude.
You got to use that fuel. Like both my dad's girlfriend.
It's going to be fun.
No, listen, both my dad's girlfriend and my mom just started really cute small businesses. And they're hitting roadblocks and they're starting out. And it's so funny you said when you first created songs that you went to like your corporate peers and was like, here, listen to this. It's so funny because when you start something on your own, you are like awkward and weird about like presenting it. You don't know how it's going to be taken. It's terrifying. Pete with his first tattoo, me with my first house, you with your first song. You don't know how it's going to be taken, right?
Yeah.
Again, you have to have that blind confidence to be like, hey, either you like it or you hate it. Either way, I'm still going to keep doing what I'm going to do.
100, yeah.
But you have to realize that people are going to have that opinion and that it'd be cool for you to like it, sick, but I'm going to continue keeping doing what I'm doing. And that leapfrogs to that exact point. I hear 2.4% of producers are female. I'm running full speed towards that. You know, I'm not going to let that be a roadblock. That just pushes me further towards my goal. And people need to realize those type of characteristics. Sometimes your goals aren't far away from you, but what you're doing and the way you're getting there is what's stopping you before you even take that leap. You know, you're defeating yourself before you even get there. So realize, you know, not any one of us, you know, either our two hosts or a guest that come on is going to have the total package, right? And we're all working on ourselves. Yeah. But realize these great characteristics of these people who are doing successful things. Take those tidbits and then put those into your lives, right? Because it's so important.
Yeah. So true. Yeah, it's a good way of putting it.
Now, to rewind a little bit, tell me a little bit about the personal Cassie. You know, you had that time of, you know, being the corporate Cassie and living that lifestyle. Tell me about your home life. Yeah, what was it like when you moved from Atlanta to here? And give me all that backstory.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. I mean, I moved down here. Nothing really changed about my home life apart from, you know what I mean? Like my work was all still the same. You know, I looked at my job, my career in finance as a job. You know what I mean? I went to the office. I came home. I went to the bar at night. I hung out with my friends on the weekends. You know what I mean? When I transitioned into music, different ballgame. And that's how I knew I was doing what I was meant to do, because now it's like the passion is so fierce that it's like, you know, it's 7 days. And that's cool. You know,
Did you become a different person as Cassie, do you feel like?
I feel like it's not that I became a different person, but my priorities shifted. You know what I mean? Okay. It was like, okay, I could go out to the bar tonight, right? I still have to do that. Like we all have to unwind, right? But instead of doing a Saturday and Sunday, like binge, right? I'm going to hit the studio because, dude, we could make a hit song today or pitch something to an artist. So it's, you know, you just, you get excited to get into the studio. Like I am obsessed with music. Yeah. I'm obsessed with making music. And I think it's, you know, in the music industry you do not succeed, I believe, if you're not fully obsessed with it. You know what I mean? Because it takes the hustle is so freaking hard, man. Yeah. It's like the hustle is real in the music industry. You know what I mean?
It's not something you love, you're not going to make it through the
hurdles. And if you don't have the hustle, it's like, oh my God, it's like you have to have the hustle to make it. You know what I mean? And you don't have hustle about things that you're not passionate about, right? So it's like you would, you know, your business and you know what I mean? It's like, so again, it just goes back to what are you passionate about? Exactly. And that's what you should do. You know what I mean? Yep.
Now you two met at Kachina.
Yeah.
What's Kachina? Because you were, it had to be. Yeah, because you were managing.
Right.
Pete's the nicest dude. I'm gonna tell you right now.
He's pretty sick. Like, yeah, he's pretty sick.
I mean, I
gas him up.
I even told. I think it was Trish. I don't even know who it was. Yeah. I was like, dude, I miss Pete. Like I love. I mean, Alex is great. You know, they're all. I mean, everybody's amazing. But I'm like, oh my God, I miss.
Yeah, we. When did you come to Palm Beach? What year was that?
God, I think it was 2000. It was 2016, I think.
Oh, that was Suit Pete right there.
Yeah, I mean, those were probably the early days. That was old Kachina before the renovations, right?
Old Kachina.
Yeah, so I was probably 19, 20, 21. Old
21,
Kachina.
Yeah, but he was so, like, on point, man.
Thank you.
Like, yeah.
I loved that job. Well, I had it. I loved that job, especially at that age.
You worked your ass off, too.
I worked a lot. But at that time, it was something I was passionate about, you know? At that point in my life, I thought I was going to open my own version of Kachina one day. You know? I was just trying to soak it all in, absorb everything I could, learn everything I could. And then obviously, like, that passion sort of phased out after a while of just slaving away for years and years.
That industry is so hard,
without that experience, I wouldn't be who I am today, you know? So I'm always grateful for it. But those were good times.
You were such a...
He did a fucking fire job at it. Yeah,
he did. He was such a good manager.
It was a good gig throwing the party. It wasn't the worst job ever, you know? That shit was fun. Dude, once we got the club cannons and I was just the smoke gun guy, that shit was great. You know?
You guys could not pay me to do that job. Are you kidding me?
I feel like we probably could.
Come on.
I look at Rachel. I mean, I tell Rachel this all the time. I'm like, girl, it's better you than me.
Rachel kills it in that role. Dude, she does a good job. One night that I'll never forget with you, Cassie. is, and this was not in the early stages of Kachina. This was like right around the time that I was leaving Kachina. But you, I think, were promoting a new song or something that you had just dropped, and you came in with a hat on that had like an LED front part of the hat. Yeah. And it was like a marquee display. I don't know how it worked, but it said like Cassie Moore music across your hat. But not like it just said Cassie Moore music, but it was an electric panel that just had like the sports center.
We changed it to Kachina's D's Nuts.
Yeah, that sounds
we
about
had D's Nuts, and then we had Sucka, whatever. We kept changing it. Guys were like, wait, what?
Cassie, you're not a tall girl by any means, but I could see you as soon as you walked in the front door of Kachina, and I'm up in the DJ booth with my smoke gun. You could see that hat coming charging through the crowd. Yeah. Just bopping up and down. I'll never forget that. That's like my last.
Oh yeah, man! I lived in front of the I mean, listen, we were talking about Bismarck, and I were like, dude, where did we meet? We actually figured it out. We actually met in Wellington.
Okay.
Years ago, but originally we thought we met at Kachina. Yeah. I'm like, dude.
Many people have.
Yeah.
That's the spot.
So were you a Kachina regular, or did you?
Yeah.
I would say
yes. Yeah. Well, when I met Pete, I was living up on the north end, and I had like the party house. Yeah. It was me by myself. Well, actually, no, I think Alan was living with. I don't even remember, but it was like I rented one of the rooms out to friends. You know what I mean? And we was I mean, I can't even tell you how many nights we walked home from Kachina.
Yeah.
As a bar manager, what describes a regular? You know every staff member by their first name?
Yeah, I mean, I think it varies, that definitely probably qualifies you, but it's not like the prerequisite, Because there's definitely regulars who only know, like, their bartender,
Very specific regulars.
Right,
yeah.
or, like, only know me, I don't know, it's just, it varies. But, someone that is it's exactly what it says. Someone that comes to the bar regularly and goes above and beyond to, make a friendship with the staff.
Yeah.
Which really, if the staff is doing their job, it should be easy.
Very easy.
Meeting regulars every day is the goal, is to just make friends with the people that come in, and then hopefully they become regulars.
That's right.
That's how it works.
Cucina is a great vibe, though. I totally understand.
I love that place. Yeah. They do such a great job. Ned's done a really good job.
Do you still live on the island?
I don't. No, okay. I was renting that house up on the north end.
Okay.
No, listen, I mean, part of going into music was like scaling back my life too. You know what I mean? Like people don't they don't really. I was divorced, and living in Palm Beach at the time was kind of like, I looked at it as a business investment because I was in wealth management, right? Yeah. So a lot of my neighbors became clients of mine, right?
Right.
And
a lot of wealth out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it made sense at the time for me to invest the money to, you know what I mean? And then it's like, when you're not in wealth management anymore, it's like, well, number one, I can't afford to live up, you know what I mean?
And the most expensive real estate in the world, yeah.
Dude, it was retarded, especially when you're renting. I mean,
insane, yeah.
It was insane. So I was like, I could have bought a house by now, right?
I used to live on the island as well.
Did you?
You did?
Right above Kachina. So like doors down from.
Are you shitting me?
I swear to God, but it's not as glamorous as it sounds.
I'm sure it's not. Yeah.
Listen to this. So
wait, is that where Chris lived? No. Who's living there now?
Okay, so Chris does live right above Kachina, but not in the same unit that I used to live in. I think he's like one more door. He's closer to Kachina than I was. I was like 3 doors down from Kachina.
So you hear just straight bumping at 12 o'clock at night?
Well, I was at Kachina at 12 o'clock at night, so it didn't matter to me.
Okay.
By the time I get home, Kachina's closed because I closed it.
Okay, yeah.
So it didn't matter. The noise was not an issue. It was really nice to be able to like fucking stumble home and just be right around the corner.
Yeah.
But that was not like prime real estate on the island. I paid like $800 a month, I think. But it was probably like 250 square feet.
Yeah, literally a room.
It was a dorm room.
Yeah.
No kitchen. Yeah. I had like a microwave, a mini fridge, a mini freezer next to that.
No shit.
And it was ghetto as fuck.
It was in the same building as Kachina?
They're technically attached, yeah.
So you make a left on that fucking, the post office street right
there. There's
a
bank right there. It's like a PNC bank. It was right next to the PNC bank.
Okay.
Just next to it.
Oh, I know.
But there was a time, like I lived there for probably like a year or so.
Okay.
And for $800 a month, it was solid. I was just content with the location in comparison to work. But maybe halfway through living there, all of a sudden I started hearing little noises in the ceiling and stuff.
Oh, rats, get out.
Rats.
And I ignored it at first, right? I was dating a girl at the time and everything, and like I heard the noises and I knew she probably heard them too, but I was, nah, it's nothing. You know, it's probably the neighbor doing some weird shit. I don't know. One night we come home and I walk through the door and I see a fucking mouse scurry across the room in like platform 9 3/4 in Harry Potter. It runs right into the corner of a wall and just
disappeared. No way.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. And I saw it and she even said like, did you just see something? I was like, no, what are you talking about? You're crazy. Oh my Whatever. God. We go to bed that night. I hear the noises. I get one of those like sticky traps, you know, like it's just like a pad that's real fucking sticky. Yeah. I put it right by platform 9 3/4 in that corner of the room where I saw it disappear into the wall. You get him? I wake up the next morning. There's like 11 mice stuck to the trap. The trap is just full. There's no more sticky surface. It's all mice. And I was just like, oh, fuck. Like, it's exactly what I thought I heard.
No way.
And I did that for like a few days. Filled up several traps full of mice. Until eventually I called the landlord and I was like, yo, you got to get the fuck over here and do something about this. So they get like an exterminator to come over. Stop. He starts cutting a hole in the ceiling, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, that's where they are, and this is my apartment right here. Like, you're just giving them access. Like, what are you doing? He's like, no, trust me. Cuts a hole in the ceiling, puts a bunch of traps up there, puts the drywall back, and then just puts like this screen over it. So I've got like a hole cut out in my ceiling. He came back a few days later, collected the traps. I'm like, dude, they're going to be full of fucking mice, but like there seems to be an unlimited amount of them. And sure enough, he comes back, all the traps had fucking rats in them. And we just did that until my lease ran out. He kept coming back like once a week, placing more traps. He'd come back. It was ridiculous. Forget that. So, living on Palm Beach Island isn't always glamorous.
Yeah, you don't say.
But it was also a good experience, I guess.
How long did you live there for?
Like a year.
Get the fuck out, Pete.
Yeah, I swear.
One rat, I am done.
No, there's many rats. Plural.
You know they probably ran over you when you were sleeping and shit? Yeah.
I don't want to think that, but do you remember like being told when you were a kid that while you're sleeping you'll eat like
10 spiders a fucking year? Yeah.
Right.
Fuck off.
You don't believe it though?
No chance.
I kind of believe it.
And if it happens, I don't want to believe it, so I'm not going to believe it.
Mice were running over my body while I was sleeping and I didn't notice, but you've never eaten a spider in your sleep?
Mice and men.
Listen, I probably did. I don't want to talk about it though. Yeah. Second, are you guys the type of sleepers where you'll be sleeping in bed, right? Just about to fall asleep, and you'll hear like a and you'll pop up and be like, what the fuck was that? Right?
It's funny that you say that.
And like you'll go up, check the bathroom, like look behind the curtain and be like, I found you. And be like, no one's there. You go back to bed.
Yeah.
And then you'll hear something else. Like the ice will fall from the fridge.
Right. Oh, see, that's not me.
So JoJo just told me last night that she heard a crazy noise in the middle of the night. She just told me this today. She heard a crazy noise in the middle of the night. And I told you I just acquired a new firearm yesterday, right? From a friend, and it was given to me for free, which I was stoked about. Yeah. Apparently, JoJo thought that was sus. She's like, "Who gives me free guns?"
It's okay.
Yeah.
And so she hears this noise in the middle of the night, and she immediately her brain goes to someone must be breaking into the house, which is fair, you know, that's okay. She goes, "I bet it was that free gun. That guy must have gotten it from someone, like stolen it, and then he told them that we had it." And now they're coming back to get the gun.
No
and
chance.
She's like, I didn't go back to bed for hours. And meanwhile, I'm laying right next to her the whole time. All she had to do was wake me up and be like, hey, did you hear that noise? Or like, do you think the gun is sus? And like, we could have squashed it immediately. Instead, she laid in bed like this for like 3 hours.
That's crazy.
The mind is a fucking powerful crazy thing.
Dude. That's wild.
Cassie, back to you. Before we started.
He's far more interesting. I don't know what we're
He's the world's most interesting man. I'm literally his biggest cheerleader. I can't wait for me and Pete in 60 years, honestly.
Episode 2642.
I know, right?
So before the podcast, you had discussed that you are divorced and you do have a child.
I do.
Tell us about that a little bit, you know, in that whole story.
No, I mean, listen, everything in life happens for a reason, you know what I mean? And so my marriage ended for different reasons. He, anyway, not to like air or whatever, but he, we moved down here kind of for like a fresh start for him, and just a fresh start in general. We knew we wanted to ultimately be in Florida. And, it was about 6 months after I got down that I just, we went our separate ways, and it ended up everything ended up working out. Like it was not this dramatic story, you know. He now is remarried. He's been remarried for a couple years. His new wife is wonderful. Love her to death. They're a great couple.
I mean, that's kind of great that you can even say that.
Oh yeah, no, dude. She's so into her health, which is great. Keeps him in a good spot, and you know, our daughter just bounces back and forth. Like it's just very even. They do their thing, I do mine, and so you know, listen, I have been a single mom for, you know, 6 years. I dated a guy, you know, James Dean, for like 6 months or whatever. I mean, I've had
not the James.
No,
okay.
No, his name was James Dean. He went by Dean.
No, literally his name was James Dean?
James Dean Turner. Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck.
I don't know if I should say that on the podcast.
No.
We can always bleep that out.
You say Flame Flurmer? What'd you say?
James Dean, yeah. We don't need to get into his last name, right?
Yeah, totally.
Censored.
Lame.
Censored.
What'd you say?
Right? Oh my God. No, I mean, and I've dated. I mean, listen, you know, dating in Florida is crazy.
You don't
man.
say. It's probably on the island. It's probably times 20.
Yeah,
dude, it's like
extreme.
Listen, I mean, dating down here, it's different than Atlanta, man. It's like
I couldn't imagine.
I can't.
Atlanta to Palm Beach.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you know, listen, you're either meeting a guy that's like, oh,
worth $6 billion. You know,
he's like, well, why do you work so hard? You know, you know, or you're meeting somebody that like has
never worked a day in their life.
Has never worked a day in their life.
Has more money than anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So. Or you're meeting someone that's like, hey, you know, I'll buy you a car if you'll be my girlfriend. And it's like, wait, okay, that's not normal.
See, here's the thing.
That's
Cassie,
a real thing on the
island. Oh, I bet. And here's my caveat to that. Listen, if I was
Palm
single.
Beach is a crazy place. It's like you know, these older men think that you'll be with them because of their money.
Yeah.
And a lot of girls do, but that's not Cassie's vibe.
If I'm a single guy, you know, if that was a thing, Pete.
You're selling your body.
Listen, you were sexy Pete on the island for a while. That never got proposed to you once.
I didn't get paid enough.
That never got proposed to you once? No MILF ever walked in and said, I want you tonight?
No, a sugar mama?
Yeah.
I would have taken it probably.
That's what I'm saying, you know?
So manager at Cassies.
That's right.
That's as far as it ever went. No money was ever discussed. That was it. It was just, who's that guy?
Wow.
With the club cannon.
That's right.
Oh my God.
That was my thing. Yeah.
So dating, I want to dive a little bit deeper into that.
Yeah.
What is your dating life like currently?
So I've been single.
Okay.
For literally since I started music. I mean, people are like, dude, how have you made so many? The amount of songs I've produced.
Married to the game.
I married the game.
Yeah.
I like 100 did, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. If I'm gonna make this happen, like I'm gonna have to sacrifice. Like nobody's gonna understand that I have to live in the studio for like 3 days straight.
Yeah.
You know, guys are like, what the fuck? Like can we go out to dinner? Okay, let's go to 1, 2, 3, like on a Sunday. And I'm like, man, have fun. I have to go to the studio.
I love that we're plugging all the local water and whole shout out 1, 2, 3 to
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 is the best.
Would love a sponsorship. It's okay.
Not a sponsor, but could be a sponsor. You never know.
Yeah,
call me.
Right? We'll get Reed on that when he comes on.
Yeah, right. We'll pressure.
So when you are single, you're married to the game. That's cute. But when you mingle, what path do you go? Like, you know, are you a mingler?
Yeah, no, I mean, no, for real. Like, people are like, oh, you know, Cassie's, she doesn't want to date anyone. That's not true. It's like everybody wants to be with someone, right? Like, I want to find the right guy.
You want to be loved.
I want to be loved. Yeah. Who doesn't want to be loved? I don't want to be.
Yes,
I want to be single forever. You know, fuck that. I want to travel. I don't want to travel alone. You know what I mean?
What's your dream man looking like these days?
My dream man, somebody who understands music.
Okay.
That's good.
My dream guy is someone who understands what the hell I'm doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And maybe appreciates it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it just sucks. But yeah, no, somebody that, dude, listen, I've been facing the world. No, you guys are so cute trying to set me up.
Are you the type of person that could work with your significant other? Like you said, you need someone that's into music. Is it like an ideal scenario that you guys are like making projects together?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, someone like Bismarck.
For sure.
Bismarck,
I love you, man. If you're
came out of nowhere, right?
That was great, dude.
Listen,
fucking
Bismarck,
James Dean, get out of here.
dude. Bismarck is the best. Bismarck is gonna make some girl happy. Bismarck,
He's the best.
Bismarck fucks, I'm
is
telling
the
you. He's
best
fucks.
soul ever,
Yeah.
dude. I want to see him. Listen, I was trying to hook him up. I was trying to hook him up.
No, Bismarck doesn't
This
hook up.
past
People
weekend.
hook up with Bismarck. Bismarck does not hook up with people.
Yeah.
Get your shit straight.
I'm like, we went down to 11 this past weekend, and I'm like, Bismarck, I'm gonna invite my, we've got friends, and he's
Barbara
like,
back sick.
he's like, oh, Cassie. I'm like, dude, I just want to see you.
Oh,
He's like,
Cassie.
oh,
Yeah.
Cassie.
No, that
I
one.
was thinking about chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, we haven't dropped this week's episode.
His episode comes out on Monday, and I said, "So Bismarck, what's your inspiration when you look into a crowd of people just mesmerized by your music? Something really deep, right?" He goes, "I think about chocolate cake." I'm like,
I swear to God.
I said, "Chocolate cake, Bismarck." Like what?
Yeah,
he's
with
like,
some chocolate ice.
he's like, yeah,
and a cherry.
even some.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Even some cheesecake, like a creamy cheesecake. I'm like, Bismarck, are you getting off right now? What is going on? You know?
That's so funny.
Way too specific. Way too
You
specific.
couldn't be lying.
Yeah.
That was so specific.
That's like one of the things. He's so funny. Like, I'll call him and I'll be like, because I'm crazy. I work nonstop and I'm crazy. I'm like, Bismarck, hey, what do you think about Because I mean, everyone who does anything with me professionally knows that I'm like crazy when I work.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm calling everyone all the time, right? And so I called Bismarck and he's like, yeah, okay. And he's always ordering food.
Yeah.
he's like,
perfect
hold on, I'm in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
That is so fucking funny.
I love Bismarck.
He's the best.
He's the best.
So you guys have a project coming out soon, right?
Tell us about that.
Yeah, we've got Indie Artist is coming out. We just talked about that. It's a fire song, man.
Yeah.
I brought a rapper on that is independent and swear to God, like it just sounds like Eminem.
Sick.
I mean, he's awesome.
So you got Biz ripping the sax?
Yeah, so Bismarck's got his sax on there. I kind of incorporated him. I fit him into the part. Originally the song didn't have a sax on it. I think it adds a real element, like in the bridge specifically. So so I brought them in. We all, it was like, listen, let's like split the record and just fucking have fun with it, man. Cool. And so we did.
Now, when you're a conductor, right? A producer, aka conductor of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Conductor.
So that's a good.
When you have studio time, I'm getting the gist, Cassie.
I think it was like quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's right. Hey,
Yeah, sick.
listen, all the terms are sexy. They get it there. No, but when you conduct things and people come in for your studio time, right?
Yeah.
Are you like a show conductor? Like you sit back, you let, Little Do-Rag do his thing?
There's
Little Do-Rag?
That's a guy.
No.
He's a rapper. You ever heard of him?
I'm going to check him out.
Yeah, I didn't just pull that. But what I'm saying is, a rapper, he's doing his thing. You got Bismarck, chocolate cake, just chilling.
I love it.
Or are you like, okay, here's how do you lay that whole process out?
So that's a really good question. Because there are two types of producers. There is nothing chill about me in the studio.
Bet.
I'm just gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it real fucking straight. Like if I go into a studio, I'm there to make a fucking radio hit.
Okay.
End of
As
story.
it should be, right?
Yeah, like we're like I am neurotic when it comes to the details of the song, how we cut it, the sound, who's laying what sounds are we like, you know what I mean? I'm crazy.
So are you at the end of the night when everything seems perfect, you're like, cut, take again.
Well,
type
it's never.
thing?
It's never. We're always gonna tweak it, make it a little better. I'll be like, yeah, in the editing process, that's where a lot of the I call them tweaky tweaks. So Cassie does a lot of tweakies
tweaks.
I call them tweakies.
Okay.
So there's a lot of tweakies that happen in the editing process, but yeah, no, I mean, especially in the studio, because it's like, listen, you're in there for a certain amount of time, and usually you're in there because, you know, you want to be on the good mic, you know what I mean? Or you're taking advantage of the engineer being in there with you. And so it's like everyone's time is invested. Listen, if I had a studio in my own house, I mean, which I do, but like a studio that I bring people in, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, if you're waking up at 3 a.m. to like lay something down, which happens all the time. I mean, I produce a lot of my music in the middle of the night. Like, it's crazy.
After just waking up? Or after a night of being at a cool party and then let's go drop some fire?
Yeah, no,
that's what I expected.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah,
we'll go out for drinks and then it's like I'll go home at 11 o'clock and just, you know.
Really?
I try to go to bed and then I'll come up with an idea and I'm like, fuck.
You think the juice helps or doesn't? You think a little bit
I'm not a big drinker. That's the crazy thing.
What's your vice?
Any vices?
No, I mean, music.
Music
is my drug. It's crazy. Like even P can tell you, I come to Kachina and it's like a Heineken.
Yeah, that's
really?
actually very true.
When do you ever see me order shots?
I wish I was
Unless
like that.
I'm buying shots for other people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're a Heineken girl.
I'm a Heineken girl.
I'm one of those people. I'm real bad with names, but I can tell you what most people
they drink. Yeah.
And Pete's known my jam for years. Yeah. I'm a Heineken girl, and I'll have like 2, 3, and I'll shut the fucking dance floor down.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like
with your LED hat.
Yeah.
So you a little dancer?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Cassie does it all.
All I need is good music. Now, if the DJ's not good, we have a problem.
Okay.
Right? Probably why you spend so much time at Kachina. Working your guitar, you got a fire lineup.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Selecta Steve.
Oh, well, Selecta Steve. Yes, shout out Selecta Steve.
That's the only DJ I know.
He hasn't been at Kachina 1, 2, 3 in a minute, but yes, shout out Selecta Steve. My man.
Yeah. So, but I mean, and no, when we get a good DJ, like Rachel shoot me a text, she's like, girl, you got a good DJ on Friday. I'm like, sweet.
They know what Cassie likes.
I'll change my plan. Like
okay.
Bismarck this weekend was like, hey, Gray's going to be down at 11. I was like, all right, let's go to 11. Let's go. I follow the music.
Sick.
Now, when you go to, I'm not kicking a dead horse here, but when you go to like dating, are you an apps person? Are you like, I want to be fate, I want to meet you in a bar romantically? Like, are you actively pursuing any avenue, or are you kind of like, if it hits me in the face, I'll take it?
No, like it's like, honestly, I'm online, anything freaks me the fuck out.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. Like, you don't know who you're meeting.
100%.
You don't know who you're meeting.
I've been very into, like, crime YouTube channels lately, and a very common denominator in a lot of these, like, missing women is talking to people on Tinder. I swear to God, so many of them start with they were talking on Tinder.
I would never go on Tinder. You could not pay me to go on Tinder. Yeah, no, I'm not an online. No, for me, it's like, I don't know. I always kind of like... You know, listen, as a girl, I'm going to be a girl here for a hot second, right? Because somebody has to be the woman in the room, right? Yeah. So as a girl, it's like you want to be discovered by someone. You know what I mean? It's like
pay attention, men.
It's so funny.
We like
this.
No, but I mean, like, you know, but the problem is when you work as much as I do, it's like, who's going to, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like your dream is like, oh my God, somebody's going to be like, dude, she works her ass off, you know, like she might be a good partner. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, I feel like you're defeating yourself before you even give yourself a shot, Cassie.
That is true. Probably. All right. Probably.
And the last thing I'll say on it is for all the guys listening out there, you're at a bar, right? You're vibing, and you're eye-fucking someone from across the bar. All right. And we're all like, we laugh, right?
Don't pick up
we all know what eye-fucking is. And if you're creepy, don't do it. Don't do that shit, right? But if you're eyeballing someone from across the bar, and we all know it, right? They'll give you like a cute smirk, right? And they'll look back at their friend.
Oh my God. I never go home with guys from the bar. Like,
I'm not asking that, Cassie. I'm saying, how do you approach that situation?
Okay.
Where did James Dean come from? Is everything there?
Wait, Cassie's, listen, my halo is a little crooked.
Okay.
But it's, you know, in a good way.
So are you like do you think he should buy a shot from you from across the bar? That's always slick.
Yeah, how do you make the first move?
How do you make the first move as the guy?
How does the guy receive the first move?
No, I mean, listen, I think, you know, listen, I think people who are just real, you know, like someone who's just real.
So you like the guy to come up to you and say, hey, I think you're beautiful.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yes.
Okay.
Like the one guy that I think I developed, you know, feelings for literally came up to me and he's like, "You've got pretty eyes," you know, and it started a country.
Yeah.
That would get me. I'd sign up for that one.
You like crypto? I got 2 Bitcoins.
Ooh.
No, the last thing you want to do is talk about money. I mean, with me, it's like, listen, the more you talk about your money when you're trying to pick me up, like I'm other way.
Red flag.
Red flag.
I'll say this though, for dudes out there at bars trying to you know meet your one, if she ain't making eye contact with you or like at least looking over your way, it probably ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm
Maybe
saying?
she's stoned, bro. I don't like making eye contact after I smoked.
So you're going stoned to a bar to pick up dudes or girls? You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely not going stoned to a bar to pick up dudes. But
I'm saying if you're a chick, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Pete.
You never know.
What you do in your off time is your decision.
I'm not trying to get canceled, but at the same time,
no, listen.
It's not my cup.
I agree with you. If girls listen, girls are definitely looking if they're interested.
But there's also hella pressure on guys. Like, why can't girls walk up to dudes and be like, "Hey, I'm feeling."
Your point was take the hint. If the vibe that you're putting out is not getting relayed back to you, don't keep fucking pushing.
There'll be like a weird dude out there who will like walk up to a girl and be like, "Hey, I want to fuck you later." Yeah, and like, and we'll take that as like being a man and like hot aggressive and like that's not
it, bro. I told you I'd do it.
Yeah, like that's not hot aggressive. You know, like. If the girl's like looking down, or the guy, whoever you are, all right, as you approach,
won't turn and face you.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're good, thank you.
Right?
No, thanks.
And that doesn't mean you're not worthy. You know?
I want to see the two of you in the bar now. Yeah. Like this would be amazing.
Like yeah. I mean, we'll do it one day.
You're both taken, but you know,
it makes it that much more fun. There's nothing to lose.
Listen,
if you were single, it would be.
We're not out there looking to bring fish home, right? We're not out there trying to catch, right? But sometimes you put a line in the water, you see if anything nibbles, right? I ain't even pulling up on the line, but we got bait in the water, you know. Not in an aggressive way, not in an aggressive way. Yeah.
I love how my guy friends keep my life so interesting.
You know,
dude. My guy friends make my world go round.
And sometimes it's so funny because like I go out now and I don't have any stress in the world. Like I have the love of my life. I'm not trying, but it's almost funny like playing the game from a different perspective, right? Because I have no like ulterior motive, you know. So I'll go out there and be like, "Yo, so what are you doing here tonight?" And the girl will be like, "I'm literally just for a friendly conversation," and she'll be expecting me to try to go down some avenue. Like, no, like what are you like? What's your plan? Like, what are you doing here tonight? Like why are you actually here? You know.
Oh my God, so funny.
What I'm saying is to guys out there, read the room, understand where you are. If a girl's eyeballing you, walk up to her and say, "Hey, how you doing?" You know.
100%,
and if she's got you on pay no mind, take the hint.
That's right. Yeah. But even if a girl's out with her girlfriends, in my opinion, if she's feeling the vibe, she will leave her girlfriends and go hang out with you, like, or like talk to you specifically. You know what I'm saying?
If she's really into you, 100%.
1,000.
Like you'll know. You know what I mean? There won't be a question.
All right, so I'm embarrassed to say this. I try to avoid doing this on almost every episode we've ever recorded.
Talk to me.
I've got to pee so bad. So we don't have to stop the podcast, but I got to pee so bad.
Go.
You know what, Pete? I'm not going to stop the podcast.
Pete is hysterical. Oh my God, he's hysterical.
My next question to you, because we're going to keep rolling, because that's the way we do things.
Yeah. I keep forgetting we're filming.
You are out for a cone of ice cream, right?
Ooh, okay.
What ice cream are you getting?
What ice cream am I getting?
What's your go-to ice cream choice?
God. Dude, there's so many.
Like, you don't have a go-to?
Well, see, it changes. I like to keep everything on shuffle, apart from like my relationship, right?
Okay.
My relationship is like a constant.
Okay.
Everything else, I just
So you go with the flow? Like what does that mean?
No, I go with
like
the
a mint
flow.
chocolate chip, like what?
Yeah, like I'll go through it. Like you know, like maybe one trip to the store, I'll buy coconut, whatever, right? And then
what is that? Wait.
I don't know.
What do you mean? There's coconut ice cream?
I'm thinking of coconut lately. I don't know why. Yeah, there's coconut ice cream. There's or I'll like listen. Chocolate is always chocolate's always a winner.
Okay.
Anything chocolate. Like
You'll go to.
Who doesn't like chocolate?
A lot of people. I don't think Pete likes chocolate, but Pete's weird. He doesn't eat cheese. You know
what?
Yeah, like who doesn't like cheese?
Who doesn't like cheese and chocolate?
So
that's funny.
Tell me, now you have a child, son or daughter?
Daughter.
Okay, and how old is she?
Little girl. She's 9.
Okay.
Kinley.
Kinley?
Kinley.
I love that name.
Thank you. I got it from the word kind.
Okay.
Kinlie is how I spell it.
Okay.
So it's I-E like her mommy.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, no, she's awesome.
And she's like a little person.
Oh, she is. Yeah, no, she's a little person. She's so amazing. I mean, like, even my friends, I mean, even Pete will tell you, like, even my guy friends, they're like, Kat, your daughter is amazing. Like, everybody loves Kinley.
Is she a mini-me to you?
She is a mini. I mean, I think she's better than me, of course. But she's, no, she is. She's like my total mini-me.
And she lives with you the whole time?
It's 50-50.
Or 50-50?
Yeah, it's 50-50. But you know what? It's like we really work with each other. You know what I mean? Like, if I have to travel... we're so flexible with each other. It's honestly, it's the perfect scenario.
Yeah.
We work with each other. I know a lot of people don't have that luxury, but yeah, no, we've always just kind of been 50-50. And then if I need to travel, he takes her. If he needs to travel, I'll take her. You know what I mean? Like, we help each other out with stuff.
Welcome back.
My apologies.
Listen.
Yeah.
We might keep it in, we might not. We'll see.
We'll leave it up to you.
But. That's right.
Yeah, right.
Are you a pet person?
I have a puppy. Yes.
What type of dog?
It's a white lab.
Okay.
Coco. She's been to Kachina.
Okay.
Really?
Trish and Rachel love her. Yeah, as a puppy.
Can she hang?
Now oh yeah. No, I mean, listen, Lucky had her take like in the place by the DJ when she was little. Yeah, no, she's too big for Kachina now. But
do you know Cisco?
Yeah, why do I know
like the butter?
Well, no.
Okay.
No,
isn't that Crisco?
Yeah.
Cisco is this guy, a good friend of mine that used to come to Kachina all the time.
He was always there. What happened to him?
I don't know. It's a good question. I got to reach out. He's an art dealer.
Yeah.
But he used to bring his dog to Kachina and wear it around his neck, almost like a scarf, where the dog would just be slumped, like wrapped around his neck on his shoulders. You know, like head over here, ass over here. And he'd just walk around, like wearing his dog like a scarf.
No shit.
And he loved it.
He doesn't. I don't know if he lives here anymore. I haven't seen him.
He's the homie.
I haven't seen him in years.
Good guy, Cisco.
Yeah, I don't know him well, but I remember the dog.
He used to wear his dog scarf.
Yeah.
Would you ever switch where you live for your pet now that you have one, right? So say you live in an apartment and they're like, okay, we allow no more dogs.
Oh, I see where you're going with this now. Good
me and Pete were talking about it.
Okay.
All right, there's an article that came out that said millennials are picking their houses based off of their pets, not their children.
And shout out to Rachel. We've talked about Rachel a couple times in this podcast. She's the manager at Kachina.
Yeah.
Rachel's the one who posted this article that I got.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out Rachel.
Rachel's awesome. I love that girl. Rachel, I love you. She already knows that.
But it was crazy to me to see that, like, people are really taking their pets as, like, their number one. And I get it to a certain extent. Like,
you're going to be a dog dad soon, right?
Yeah. See, to me, little Italian like thing, like to me it's a pooch. Like it's a, you know,
it's a pooch.
Yeah, it's a dog. Like I pet it when I get home, you know, I'll take it out when it needs to go out.
It's not your companion.
But it's a dog, you know. I'm not gonna you know, make out with it when I get home and let him lick my legs for like 20 minutes, you know. And I get it, like some people, like they're not companion, but like
they're like members of the family.
What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Growing up for me, it was like you walk in the door, you pet the dog, and you go sit down on the couch. You know, it was like that. So I could not imagine changing my whole life around for a pet.
Yeah.
I understand though how some people pets are their life. You know,
I think it's different it's different for everyone. You
100%.
know what I mean? Like you know. I don't know. I can't really like comment on that because it's so, you know, I have people in my life that live and breathe by their pets.
Yeah.
And then I have other people in my life that like breed dogs and it's like a business.
So
you know?
Are you still renting a room? Are you in a house or an apartment?
No, yeah, I don't rent the house up on North End anymore. I have a house now.
With a yard?
I own a house, with a yard. Over in Soso area.
So that you have that space for your pet
I have
now.
that space.
If you were gonna have to move and relocate, is that something you're taking into consideration? Like, I need a yard for the dog?
I would have to, I mean, a yard, you know, it's like I couldn't go into an apartment.
Right, that's the question.
I couldn't do it.
So this article was basically making the point that millennials are literally buying houses because they've got this pet and they're like, he needs a yard.
He needs the best life.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
it too. Rachel just got
I'm a new dog dad.
Yeah.
And that was her point of posting it. She goes, I'm one of them.
She needed that. Yeah, that's probably,
I mean, okay, so I live in an apartment. I've got a 4-year-old Dalmatian, and he's a big boy. He's like 80 pounds probably.
I see pictures. So cute.
He's the best dog ever.
Bruce.
But he also seems extremely content in our apartment. Like, there doesn't seem to be...
But he ain't ever seen nothing else, bro. He ain't ran in the prairies,
That's
true.
And
like...
okay, so he used to live at JoJo's mom's house where they have a backyard.
Bro. You take him to the dog park a lot? He a social dog?
He's such a social dog, yeah.
He'll go up, give licks, chill.
Yeah.
Is he a barker?
No. I mean, okay, so he used to literally not be a barker at all.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't bark.
Yeah.
But then when me and JoJo first started dating, she let Bruce go live with her mom for a little bit because, like, she didn't want to just immediately make it like if you're dating me, my dog comes too.
Right.
And her mom has dogs as well, so he had, like, friends and shit over there.
Okay.
But those dogs at her mom's house are little yappers, you know, they bark at fucking everything. And so when he came back after doing his little stint at mom's house, he became a barker.
Really?
Where he's not like a...
He learned the habit.
He learned the bad habit, right. So when people come over, I usually ask him not to knock because that's like the only thing that triggers it.
Sets it off.
Someone at the door makes him bark. Otherwise, he doesn't bark. He doesn't bark at other dogs. Like, if I'm walking him and there's other dogs in the neighborhood, he wants to go say hi so bad.
Yeah.
To the point where it almost scares the other dog owners because Bruce isn't a small dog, you know? He's a very friendly and loving dog, but he's a big boy. And he wants to, like, run full speed at the next dog he sees. But then he, like, hits the brakes and it will, like, slide a few inches and then just, like, sniff the dog and lick it, you know? He's not going to do anything crazy.
That's so
But it's a scary sight to see him running full speed. He's not a little dog, you know?
Are you, what % positive that dogs talk to each other?
Okay. Positive.
100%.
I think so, yeah.
I'm 100 on that.
Really?
I the neighbors' dogs legit. They communicate with Coconut.
How do you know they communicate?
I'm telling you, man, they know what they're saying to each other.
Is it like a hey, I know who you are, or like a what's up? What'd you do today?
I think it's more like, hey, this is an alarm, or hey, we're gonna say hello, or hey.
Okay, so I think this is what you're saying. Do you think that they have a language where they're like making small talk, or is it just a territorial like bark so you know I'm here, or is that a word?
Thing.
Is it a word that they're saying, or is it just a noise
like
they're making?
Piss here, yes, yeah.
I think it's an inflection thing. Like,
what's that mean?
Like inflection meaning like if it's like
dirty
a
talk?
short.
Okay.
Dirty talk. But I mean, it's like how are they barking? If it's short and loud, like alarm. If it's like I
territorial.
think
how you doing?
I'm pretty convinced that Bruce understands what me and JoJo are saying.
Bullshit.
I swear to God.
You're this guy now?
Okay, dude, and I'm not like...
He understands my feelings. He knows when I had a bad day,
it's not,
you know?
Okay, well, I won't go there because you're already roasting it.
I'm fucking roasting it, Pete.
Yeah, dude, he knows when you're sad.
He'll snuggle up.
I'll talk shit about him sometimes, like sort of...
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
He fucking knows, bro.
You're a bitch. No way.
He'll get in my face and go... And then fucking go and walk on the other side of the room like
get
he knows I was talking shit.
No, goodbye, done, see you later. There's no fucking way your dog understands when you're talking shit, Pete.
He has a very constant reaction.
No way. Like he'll give you a side eye. Dogs give side eye. I've seen those.
Bruce is such a side eye. He side eyes the fuck out of everybody.
Listen,
but
and I'm gonna
let's have a conversation
for me then. If you can teach a dog what lay down and all these other commands that are words, and you can make them understand. Why could he not understand when I say Bruce smells like shit? And he goes.
Well, here's up. I have a very simple answer to your simple ass question, Pete. When you hear like roll over, dog thinks, okay, roll over corresponds with me spinning my ass on a rollover, corresponds with me getting a treat. Sweet. Whenever you say bark, correlates with me, roof, I get a treat, right? I don't think when you say, hey, JoJo had a shitty day, this tattoo guy fucking sucked, and, I'm just pissed. Bruce goes, me too, yeah, totally relate. I think he was like, nothing had to do with treats, so I'm thinking about, butterflies. I don't think he correlates he has commands, so every dog knows commands.
You just don't understand because you're not a dog.
I'm not a dog dad. And listen, every dog person will say, you never understand until you get one of your own.
Yeah,
I get it.
I get it. Again in 12 months.
No, I get my dog. I get a puppy in a month.
About how his name is Bruce, though.
That's a sick name.
Let's have a real conversation. This is such a good.
That's the best name ever.
One of my best
friends.
That
was JoJo's, dude. I can't take credit there.
It's a sick. Well, one of my best friends has had 2 pugs in his life. One named Jeff, one named Stu. And that's, you can't beat that.
My next one might be James Dean after this podcast. That was a good name.
You dirty dog.
I know. I met him. He told me his name was James Dean. I was like, no. It's
had to be a turn on. Low-key turn on?
That's a red flag right there. Introduce yourself with both of your first names.
You know what? It's funny. He went by Dean. He went by Dean. His name was James Dean, but he went by Dean.
Wait, did he go, I'm Dean? James Dean?
No. And it's so funny. And you know, this is what I love about my guy friends, right? So I don't know if Rudy's listening, but Rudy is a good guy friend of mine.
Shout out to Rudy.
Shout out to Rudy. I'll make him listen. So Rudy, you know, is in town and he comes over and I'm dating Dean at the time and Dean James Dean and he had filled. Basically, he had sent, I don't even know how many hundreds of long-stemmed roses to my house, right? And so I had, and it, you know, no one's ever done that. I had like, my whole house was filled with roses.
A little over the top.
Okay, so listen.
Like, I just fucked another girl, here's 50,000 roses.
No, for real.
Not to put that situation on you.
No, I know. And he hadn't done that. Well, he was also in the flower business. So, I mean,
there you go.
So anyway, Rudy comes over. And he walks in the house, and I'm like, yeah, Rudy, you're not gonna believe this, is it? And he walks in, and Rudy, like, dead face, right? Like, zero emotion, military guy, right? Rudy walks in, and I'm like, yeah, can you believe it? They're like all over the house, and Rudy just looks around, and he's like, yeah. He's like, well, okay, the first thought I have is, do you have any idea what your house is gonna smell like in about 3 days?
Oh, really?
Like,
that's a practical thing.
Cassie, let me tell you how bad 500 dead roses smell.
Oh, shit. And
I started laughing, and he's like, he's definitely compensating for something. I was like, no, I don't know. Anyway, but James Dean was out of the picture about a month after that. So, and Rudy was like, man, I told you.
No shade to James. He might be a great guy. Made a bad decision. I have no clue, right?
He won't be listening.
That was a cool flex, though, James. It was a cool flex. I get where your head was at.
But you're telling me, like, at least my girl, if I sent 500 roses one day, she's thinking, what did he do? What? Yeah, it's a little sketch. So.
I mean, listen, it's a life. For him, that was a lot. You know, it was a lot. You know, it depends on, you know, I don't know. People get stuff like that all the time. I don't, I bet, you know.
Yeah. My last question to you, Cassie, would be if you were talking to either the 21-year-old version of yourself or a 21-year-old looking to not go down the corporate path but to start music, what would be their first step and what would your advice to them be?
Listen to your heart.
Okay.
Honestly, like it all just stems back to what do I love in life in terms of what do I love to do, what, you know, and that goes beyond what I do for a living. That I've realized now at this stage of my life, it actually extends on to who I surround myself with. You know, I've been friends with a lot of people just to be friends with them, but I didn't really, you know what I mean, feel the friendship with them. And it's like, you know, don't waste your time with
transactional relationships.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, transactional relationships. It's like, you know,
I want to be friends with you so you could help me X, you know, just be a fucking good person.
Or friends with someone that you know doesn't show you friendship back.
My brain went to friends with benefits, but I knew that was the wrong phrase. I was trying to think of what the right one was. That was good. Good job.
No, but I mean it's so crazy. It's so it's like, you know, I've shed a lot from my life. Yeah. Lately, over the past year or two, you know, my phone doesn't ring as much as it used to 5 years ago, but I'm happier. You know, like
what did Drake just say on the album? I've been losing friends and gaining peace.
That's right.
Oh man, shout out to Drizzy. Shout out to Drizzy.
That was so good.
You liked his album?
Yeah. Oh my God, his album's dope.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It is. No, but I mean, you know what I mean. So it's like the quality. Yeah. I'm all about quality now. It's like if, you know, like I look at my friends now, my friendships, and I'm like, dude, this is a solid friend of my life.
Yeah.
You know, like a Bismarck. It's like, dude, that's a solid human being.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Super solid.
Yeah. So
you'll find your circle will get smaller, but it will be more pure and more quality people.
Yeah,
and people
and that's
that really
how you succeed in life.
Correct.
Dude, when you start eliminating the bullshit,
Right.
it's like, oh my God, like you accomplish so much more. It's like,
and I think just your quality of life goes up too.
Yeah.
Like, why
100%.
entertain the drama? Why get into that, you know? And like,
nah.
just doesn't do anything beneficial for
People always think that like doing more is better, but sometimes doing less is better. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like do less, haha, like that's a funny term, but like just sometimes do less, be around less people, be focused on less goals, focusing on one, hone in on one, you know, focus on particular friends and any cut out the noise of all the bullshit in the world and focus in and tone in on what you want.
Yeah. It's crazy. When I started cutting out the noise in my life, dude, the amount of shit that I got done, I was like, my life changed. Yeah.
I mean, it makes perfect sense what both of you guys are saying, because that what you just said was just focus, you know, over and over again, and then cutting out the noise, and those two things go hand in hand.
Correct.
You know? Like, how hard is it to focus if you have some random shit going on in the back of your head, or in you know, it makes perfect sense. You know, it's a clear path that you just
100.
And people are gonna say, "Well, you're gonna change, or you've changed." That's the fucking point of life. It's to change, and it's to grow, and it's to blossom.
People that love you, the people that
will understand that change.
Will not only understand it but embrace it.
That.
They'll be like, "Oh man, you know, like Pete, you know, doing his tattoo stuff." It was like I saw that when I saw that, because I learned that on social media. I didn't know that you did that. And I was like, I realized that you weren't in the same role with the liquor distribution.
Right, working for Southern Wine and Spirits.
Yeah. You had made the jump, and I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I was like, he's obviously that's always been a passion, right? So, I feel like the people that deserve, and you know what? Those are the people that are your day ones. Yeah. And you know what? When shit gets really fun and you get successful,
you need to bring those people along. Yeah.
You get to bring those people on that ride with you. Yeah. And how fucking awesome is that? Like Bismarck, you know, we got this opportunity to potentially perform out in LA. We didn't end up getting it, but we got far in the competition. And I told Bismarck, I was like, Bismarck, dude, if I take that stage in front of 18,000 people, you're damn straight you're going to be up there with me. You know what I mean? Like, without a doubt. Yeah. So...
Well, please plug yourself real quick. If someone wants to listen to any of the music you produced or find more about what you do, where could they find you?
Yeah, so I'm on all the platforms. Okay. You know, I think a favorite is Spotify. I think everybody's kind of...
And that's at Cassie Moore?
Cassie Moore.
Spell your name for me?
CassieMoore.
Okay.
And
we'll put that in the description too.
Yeah. So you can search the music Cassie Moore. I also have... People don't realize I have multiple artist names. So I've got Cassie Moore, and then I also it's a trademark our label did in the IC classes of music. But Here to Play, HearToplay. So Here to Play is an artist name that I created for collaborations on my production side. Okay. So anything that I co-produce, that was an area. So a lot of people, everything Cassie Moore, I produce myself, right? Anything under my own artist name, I'm producing. Anything under Here to Play, I wanted to be able to team up and co-produce. I think when you co-produce songs, it's cool. You know what I mean? So Simia was a co-production project. So I have Here to Play. And then my third artist name is More Music, which is the label. And More Music is basically just kind of highlighting the production work for things like film and other areas to be announced down the road. So yeah, it's crazy. So...
Well, Cassie, I think what you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
And I think the path and trajectory you're going on, I think you're going to be unstoppable.
I appreciate that.
Guys, you've seen Cassie firsthand, her story. It's proven that, A, there's never a time that's too late to pursue your goals. You're young yet. Yeah. But you could pursue them at any age. B,
I think that is a huge point that I almost want to highlight. Yeah. You know, like you were saying earlier that there's like societal rules that we feel like there are. And that's another one that I feel like there is, where a lot of people feel like being at our age, 25, 26,
I'm 26. I
27,
can't change.
You're supposed to have everything figured out. It's what people think, You're supposed to know your career.
At 26, I was dancing on the bar.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the thing,
that was before I was successful enough, man. I mean, I was an actress in LA. Yeah. That's a whole nother... Listen, I was living a totally different life.
Okay.
Exactly.
At 25, 26.
And I was living a totally different life 2 years ago, without even a clue that there was this other path in front of me. So I guess my point in all that is there's probably a lot of people our age around this time in their life that have just spent 4, 5, 6 years in college, spending a ton of money getting this degree, doing a career that they feel like they have to do because it's what they just invested all this time and money into doing.
Yeah.
But they're not passionate about it, and they don't love it, and they don't see themselves doing this for the next 25 years until they retire.
Yeah.
And the point that I'm trying to make is it's not ever too late to change your mind and just pursue, like you said in the beginning, follow your passion.
Dude, go for it. You have one chance to live on the planet. Like, I realized, I woke up and I was like, and here's the beautiful thing. Like, I learned from CEO friends of mine in Atlanta that are just huge right now. So I look up to them, right? And one of them looked at me and said, this was over a business dinner, was like, Cassie, the best advice I can give to you is be friends with people of all age groups, from children all the way up to age 90. That's how you grow as
perspective.
A person. Perspective. You learn things from people that are ahead of you. You teach things to people behind you. There's your world will be full if you have friends of all ages, right? Yeah. And so I really took that. And so that's why I have young friends. I have friends that are older. And it made me realize it was fuck age, man. If I want to do it in life, I am not going to die in this world, in this life, and say, God, I wish I had done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just going to go fucking do it now.
Age is really just a number. It's about execution.
You know what I mean? It's
I was the GM of Kachino when I was 19 years old. That doesn't even make sense.
Zero sense.
I can't even.
Yeah.
19, I was
Sexy
in
Pete
college.
riding up on a bike.
It's about how you execute.
I was in college. I was probably, I was fake ID. I just want, not to drink, but to get in the club where the good DJ was. You know what I mean?
It was just about the music.
Fucking let me in. I don't even want to order alcohol.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, so I mean, it's crazy. So, I think once you hit a certain age, or once I hit a certain age, it was I'm done. I'm going to do this, and I don't really, you stop caring what people think.
Yeah. That's the ultimate flex, I feel like.
It is. And dude, it's crazy because you think you don't care in your 30s, but you secretly still kind of care, right? When you hit 40, you don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And it's I don't care if the whole town doesn't understand.
40.
Yeah. No, it is. It's I don't give a fuck. And that's what I had learned from people that were older than me, but I was nah, I'll always kind of care what people think. And then at 40, I was you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to go make music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't like it, that's fine.
Right.
Don't come to the concert.
Right.
I'm all good with that.
And I'm sure you're happier in your quality of life as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, I'm so happy now. I'm so happy.
That's
and
radiates.
you know what? The people in my life and the people that I gravitate towards, young. And I mean, listen, I have 20. Some of my best friends are 25, and they totally get it. And I love that. So I still have my best friends are of all ages. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, you got two friends right here.
That's right.
Thank you. Yeah, this was fun.
Cassie, you are awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, thank you for watching, viewing, listening, and subscribing. If you have not hit that button, please do.
We broke 100 subs.
We broke 100 fucking subs. So, guys, we are growing. We are really excited about this path we're going on and being able to tell you stories of people around this area who are doing really amazing things. This is Cassie, guys, and this is the Millennial Mentality Podcast.
Peace.
Peace.